Driving test. This is a UK driving test in Nuneaton on the 4th of November 2025, and it's Nizrul. This is going to be a real driving test, an actual real driving test with a real driving examiner and a real driving student, and Nizrul is going to pass today, so congratulations Nizrul, well done matey, very nice work. Now on the 14th of November 2025 when this happened, we were in the grip of Storm Claudia, all the way from Spain, and it rained. It rained the whole day and it was awful. But here we are, we've turned from Vernon's Lane into Beaumont Road as usual for Nuneaton, and well, we can see there's a few speed bumps on Beaumont Road. Now what I've started to do with people here as they've come along here is to time their indicator so they're level with this
150 yards, turn left.
With this little driveway stroke junction they've got on the left here that I've just put in. So let's have a listen, see if he times that right.
Turn left.
There you go, so that's perfect. That's perfect timing on that. So you can only go left from Beaumont Road, can't you, into this next road, which is Countess Road. And that's your only way. So you know you'll be on Vernon's Lane, Beaumont Road and Countess Road in the first 3 roads of your test, which means...
Turn right, then at the end of the road, turn right.
Which does mean it's really nice and you can settle in.
Turn right, then at the end of the road, turn right.
So he's had 2 directions there. Can you see there's a white van parked on just on the corner there, which means now Nizrul's got to just ease out a bit for a bit longer before he can make the turn. And that's meant there's a car coming along, but he's coped with this really nicely. He's just got himself out of the way, let the white car come through, and then he's carried on with his journey. So very good, he's coped with that very well. You could say...
Then cross the roundabout and take the second exit.
You could say that he made the white car slow down, but I think that was 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, and I think that's the way the examiner saw that as well. It must be, because he did pass. And now we've come to the end of Earls Road, and as always we know that it takes a little longer to pull out of this one, don't we, onto this Manor Court Road. Always does, just because it's a bit of a busier road. And again, he got 2 directions there, didn't he? One was to go right and then on the roundabout take the second exit.
Cross the roundabout and take the second exit, then take the second right.
And there you go, so that takes us around the roundabout and up the hill. Well, it's a bridge really, isn't it, more than a hill. But again, he's got 2 directions there from Sally Satnav. And that just means that they're quite close together. So when you've done one, be ready for the next one. But she said second right. So we've just passed the first one. And now...
100 yards, turn right.
There you go, he's organising himself for the second one on the right, which is this one. So he's gone on top of the bridge here now. He's just having to wait. Just listen for the gas in a few seconds. Are you ready? Oh.
Turn right.
Poor old Stubby there. Poor old Stubby had to deal with that. But there you go. We've got to the junction. Maybe that was a gas fault. I'm sure it must have been. But he's waited for the space here. And then he's going to turn in to the right into Tompkinson Road. And we know that Tompkinson Road takes you back down to a 20-mile-an-hour zone. Which is not bad news on a day like today, is it really? So we're just following this road around. Now Tompkinson Road is quite a long road, isn't it?
And take the first exit.
Quite a long road to navigate your way along. Lots of parked cars, lots of speed bumps and lots of mini roundabouts. Well, there's at least one mini roundabout, isn't there, which we're going to come up to in a few seconds. And we're just following the road here. You see it's a kind of less space, less speed type of road, even though it's a 20 zone as well. So, and the speed bumps and they're determined to make you go slow. But here is...
Cross the roundabout and take the first exit.
That's the first mini roundabout. And we're just going to go over here. He's just slowing himself down, having a good look to the right there, make sure that he's clear to go, and he is. And he's going to then carry on along this road. You're going up a slight incline now, aren't you, on Tomkinson Road? And there'll be a point further along where he's asked to pull in and park so he can do a hill start. And that seems to be happening quite a lot on this road when they go onto this route. So that's the thing to be aware of, isn't it? He's going to get past this next junction on the left, and then he's going to be asked to pull in and park on the left, and that will be a hill start. And it's quite a busy road to do one of those on, isn't it, actually, as well? So there you go, you hear the background noise has gone quiet. That's because the examiner is speaking. And now you pull up on the left. And there you go. And I promise you, he didn't over-rev the gas this time as he's pulled away. I don't know what happened on that bridge, but he doesn't normally do that. He's a pretty good driver, actually. But he's just now again getting himself ready. He knows it's a hill start. We've done this on this road before. And he knows it's a hill start. He's waiting for the space, and then he's going to move on. And that's a key phrase on your driving test. Wait for the space. There you go, look at that. So you don't jump out in front of anyone, you're not going to impede anyone's progress, but wait for the space. Sometimes people will stop behind you, won't they? And that will create a space as well. But here we are, we've just moved off over this speed bump here. And as we come along here, we know, don't we, there's where the old Cherry Tree pub used to be. That's now a car park with one or two shops in there, and he's going to be pulling into that and doing a forward bay park. So he's going around up the hill and around the bend. Still raining, by the way. Look at it; it's terrible. Over this speed bump, I'm sure they've altered that speed bump, you know, because it used to be really, really high. Past this, what's that called, Valero garage on the left there. And then we come straight up to the Cherry Tree, what used to be the Cherry Tree. And he's going to turn left into there. And then he's going to do a forward bay park. Now, here's the thing about this forward bay park that he's doing now, or he's going to do now, is that in the warm-up hour before the actual driving test, we came into this car park and we turned right as he's doing now. And I said to him, okay, we're going to drive forward into a bay. And he did that. And this is the hour before the test. And he went into this exact same bay. So it was fate, wasn't it? It was bound to pass today. Everything is going well. And so he went into this exact same space. And then what we did then is we reversed out and we got to the main road. I can't remember whether we probably turned right, but he's now going to turn left onto the main road. First of all, he's got to back out though, hasn't he? And we know that when you're reversing, there's three things the examiner's looking for. Your control, and you can see how slowly he's controlling the car here. Your observation, so are you looking round and seeing if anything is moving toward the car? Well, you'll need to stop. And are you accurate? In this case, did you get it out of the bay without, going over the lines too much? And have you managed to get the front end around enough so that when you do move forward, you're not then going to go back into the bay? So on all three levels there, control, observation and accuracy, we can say tick, tick, tick. He's absolutely past that. That is brilliant. Well done, Nizrul. Okay, so as you come down to this car park though, where you come out of it, there is the pavement. There is like the pavement where people walk. Not so much today, very, very horrible weather. So he's been able just to move up to where the road is, have a good look. So he's crept up, he's going to creep up, look and creep out. And that's the idea, isn't it? That's the idea for the end of the roads. And when you're coming out of a car park like this, creep up to the exit, look to see if it's clear. And then when it is, when the space arrives, creep out. So again, what he's doing here is waiting for the space. I can't stress that enough. I've had a couple of people just recently who haven't passed, and they didn't pass because they didn't wait for the space. And I can't remember the number of times that I said to them, both of them, I said, no, you can't do that. You must wait for the space. But there it is. Nizrul, obviously cleverer than that, and he waited for the space and he's moved out. Have I said wait for the space enough in this video? Probably have, but I'll probably say it again because I never tire of it. Anyway, we're going to follow the road around here, and that's going to take us down the hill.
400 yards, turn left.
And in 400 yards then, according to Sally, we'll be turning left. So it just takes us down the hill. This again is still a 20 zone, isn't it, along here, until you get right to the bottom of the hill.
After 300 yards,
And you can see,
turn left, then cross the roundabout and take the second exit.
and you can see because of the cars all being parked on the left, and it's not that much of a wide road anyway, it makes the road very narrow. So again, he's doing an absolute brilliant job here, isn't he? Less space, less speed, and he's just keeping it nice and steady and going through the smaller gaps. Someone crossing the road in front of us, are a long way away, so that's fine. And now we're coming down to the bottom of the hill, and this is where it's going to change from 20 back to 30. You can see the signs there just on this speed bump.
Turn left,
And then he's going to turn
cross the roundabout
left.
and take the second exit.
Now as you turn left here, just as you get inside this new road, there's another line. And it's a line which then, so we go through this one, there's another line which then makes a kind of Y junction. So very important to look over your shoulder at this point, just to make sure, which is obviously done.
Cross the roundabout
He's come on to
and
the
take
roundabout,
second exit.
he's taking the second exit. And this is another road around here that's very, very narrow. The speed bumps on here are absolutely horrendous. They really do need redoing. Is redoing, is that a thing? Anyway, something needs to be repaired on them.
Cross the roundabout and take the second exit.
So we're taking the second exit on this one as well. And there you go, it's a bit bumpy. And again, it's very, very narrow. So he's just held back a little bit there. Very nicely done for the van. And the next van slightly overdid the gas. But there, he's waited for those two vans. So he'd waited for the space again. Oh, blimey, there I go again. He's waited for the space again.
Cross the roundabout
And he's made his progress.
Turn right.
Very often, that's the difference between someone passing and failing. You can draw a line, actually. People that don't wait for the space will fail. People that wait for the space give themselves a very, very good chance of passing. So, if you don't take anything else away from this video, just that little phrase, wait for the space. I'm going to turn right
Turn
here.
right.
Doesn't mean you have to stop, does it? If you're waiting for the space, it doesn't mean you have to always stop. It means you can time your approach so that when you get to wherever it is, wherever the hazard is or wherever the space is, it's just when the traffic is cleared. And let's see what he's going to do now. There's a car coming along. And they've obviously moved over to let him through, so he's going very, very slow. Very, very good. The white car is going to move on, and then Nizrul is going to move on. So again, what he did there is he slowed down, let the white car move, made him a space there that he then moved into. Quite dodgy little bit of road this is, particularly this time of the day. His test was kind of half 235, something like 232, something like that. Which means it's around about 3-ish now, coming up to 3 as we get to near this school. And it's always very, very, very busy like this there. So he's come across that just at the wrong time, but he's coped with it very, very, very well. All of these cars, or most of these cars, will be people that are, on the school run, coming to pick their little children up from, it's a primary school there. Don't know what it's called. Anyway, so as we're coming along here, we'll be taking the next right, which is going to be, I can't remember the name of it, but there's these shops here. I'm going to remember the name in a second. these shops. Then we're going to turn right into this road, and I'm going to try and read the sign. And I can't, Wenlock Crescent, that's it. Wenlock Way, sorry, Wenlock Way. That's where it is. Now here, you're going to, again, you'll be asked to pull in and park on the left. And it's a very, very steep downhill. So it's going to be a downhill start. So he's just pulling in on the left here. And that's it. And then the examiner is saying now, okay, thank you very much. Drive on when you're ready. And again, what they're looking for now is can you first of all, you make sure it's safe so you've looked all around. And can you control the car as you pull away? Not going to let it roll down the hill on its own. And obviously, Nizrul has done exactly that. So again, very, very good. This is going very well, isn't it? This is a good test. This is brilliant, actually. So there's a yellow car in the way. Is anything going to turn in from the junction?
Turn right.
No, he's just moved himself out. He's pretty certain that he's okay. Something is now turning in. But he's slowed right down. Brilliant. Again, he's just given the blue car a bit of time to move through. And now he's going to creep up, look, and creep out as he's turning right here. Obviously, he's still looking, still cars coming, and now he's creeping out, and that's brilliant. And he's got himself out and along. Quite a busy little time, isn't it? It is school run time, so it's always going to be a little bit busier than usual. He's just got himself through the space there now, and away we go. These speed bumps outside this pub, quite horrible. And as you can see, we went up quite a long way. And then we're coming up to now where he has the priority, as we can see from the blue sign. And we can see that the white car there is giving way to him, and he's followed through. So that's really great as well. That's the last of the speed bumps on this road. So now you can see he's getting a little bit of pace up. He's making some decent progress along here. And past Aldi, and away we go. So that was all a bit of a tricky one, wasn't it? Going round that Wenlock Way and Wycliffe Way and all of that business where the school was. And, you know, we can see there's a light, amber light jumping up and down there, which means, you know, school time, school crossing, that sort of thing. And now there's a very, very tight, sharp bend to navigate as we come up to here opposite the Lamb and Flag pub. So we're going very slow. He'll need to slow right down just to keep the car nicely in on the left. Very easy to drift into the wrong side of the road at that point, but he hasn't done. So very good. And he's coming onto another road where there's cars parked all down one side. There's quite a big stream of traffic coming through from the other side, and that makes a smaller space. And he's just going to work his way through here. So that's 232. It's probably not the best one to get. I mean, in time-wise for your task, I'm sure it was 232, something like that. But it does mean that particularly with this weather, it does mean that there's going to be
yards, cross the roundabout and take the second exit.
There's going to be fairly heavy traffic, you know. So he's just making his way along here now. We can see where the parked cars and things end, but beyond that there's a little bit of a traffic queue, and it looks like there's temporary lights down there, and it looks like they're on green as well at this moment, so maybe he's going to be able to just go through there and just breeze through
and take the second exit.
Flow through. So that's the first roundabout dealt with. There's a couple of roundabouts here. This is the first one, and there's two that are quite close together. And the next one will be coming up very, very, very shortly. Easy to miss these ones as well. You don't kind of.
100 yards, cross the roundabout and take the second exit.
Easy to miss the signage on them.
Cross the roundabout and take the second exit.
But again, it looks like we've arrived at the right time, and yeah, pretty clear, and away we go. So again, now we can start to make some decent progress, and you can see from the video that that's actually happening. There are quite a few speed bumps along this road as well. So here's one. So going to have to be careful of those. But now again, we're just climbing up the hill. And he's adding a bit of gas just to allow Stubby, my little car called Stubby, allow it to get up the hill. And now we got to the top and now we'll be going down. So perhaps not as much gas needed. Again, lots of speed bumps.
And take the second exit.
So there's two roundabouts here that are even closer together, just in a few seconds, just at the bottom of this hill here. You can see that one there was a car that went to the second one, but here's the first roundabout now. Again, all looking pretty clear on the right. Big speed bump. What is that car doing? He's just thinking to himself, no, I'm here first, that's fine. And then this is the second one. There are cars approaching the roundabout from the right. So what he's doing is just holding back. Very nice. And he's followed that one in. Do you know what he did there? He waited for the space. I know I sound bitter, don't I? But I have had two people just recently who didn't do that and failed. So please just wait for the space. Anyway, we're now climbing a hill. And as we climb up this hill, again, he's going to be adding gas. He's going to help the car to get up the hill. And again, it won't be the most narrow road that we've been on today, but it won't be wide either. So again, he's going to be careful. He's going to take his time. He won't drive slowly, but he will just take his time and make sure that where the road goes very narrow, he'll have less space, less speed. And also where he can't get through, he'll hold back and let the people through first. Someone's just pulled out into the road in front of us, but they're a long way up, so that's not a problem.
Left, then take the second right.
Okay, so on this test route, we're going to be turning left at the top of the hill here, and then turning right into School Lane. Now, recently, up to a few weeks ago,
turn left, then take the second right.
They just went straight ahead here, and that is because there was roadworks as you turn left and right. But now they've been cleared up, so now Nizrul is having to do this extra bit, or this. They've reinstated this bit on the test. Then see the car in front there. They're not indicating really, so are they going straight ahead? No, now they're indicating, so they're turning left as well. They've crept up to the line, and they're looking. And they will now creep out when it's clear to do that, or when they feel it's safe to anyway. There they go. So now that's going to be Nizrul's job. He's going to creep up, look, and creep out. Crept up, now he's looking, and now he's creeping out. Excellent work. Brilliant. Good. So we're just going down the hill here now. It's quite a steep hill, this one is. Quite a steep hill. You need good calves if you live around here, probably.
After 300 yards, turn right.
Yeah, so it's going to be down the hill and turning right. 300 yards. It's quite a long way, really, to be directed. But she will say it again, won't she, as we get closer to the junction. By the way, I'm not on this test. I was waiting in the waiting room on this one. So it's just Nizrul and the examiner. And it's just coming up to the back of the traffic queue here. And in a few moments, we can see the lights are on green, but now we're moving forward. Someone coming out of the shop on the left there. I'm going to move up to the junction. I'm going to turn right here, and we can see it's opposite Cost Cutter, round by the Liberal Club, just for your kind of geographical kind of sense there. There's a space, and he's going to move into that one. Now the thing about this road is, it's not that narrow, but there's like a pinch point, and it's just where, if you look on the right hand side, there's a parked car there. And there's two actually, and just there, it's just not quite wide enough to fit two cars through. So if you can get through that bit, then that's a bonus. And as you get further up, it's really quite narrow still. So the car ahead of us, he said to himself, well, do you know what, I'm just going to wait here and let you through, which he should do, shouldn't he, because the obstacle's on his side. But Nizrul's gone through there very, very nicely. He's now having just to hold back, and he's slowing down to make progress. He's waiting for the space, and he's got through. And again, remember that it's school time, isn't it? And we can see the light flashing up and down, and now we can see the lollipop lady stroke bloke, and making a little bit of a queue here again. He's just moving up to the back of this Jeep. We're just going to be inching forward now, aren't we? Edging forward in the traffic queue here. See, there's lots and lots of traffic. Everyone's got their lights on because it's just getting dark. It's only like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and Storm Claudio has made it all dark. I don't know. And it's November. Anyway, mid-November. Wow. All right, so we're just going through the smaller space here as well. You can see the cars parked on both sides of the road. And there's actually 2 schools here. So we're going past the first one.
Yards, you have reached your destination.
And what's going to happen now is you'll hear the background noise go just fade away completely, because the examiner will now be giving directions in their kind of usual way as we go round the test. There's another lollipop lady, got no customers on that one. That's fine. Over the mini roundabout, and it'll be asked again in a few seconds just to pull in and park on the left, just along here. It's a bit further down, to be fair. First of all, they'll get through this little kerfuffle with all this traffic, and he's just going to work his way through. So there's been a lot of that on this test, isn't there? There's been a lot of kind of holding back, like now, letting people through, waiting for the space, and then moving in, and then just kind of navigating your way through, negotiating almost with the other drivers there. As we get past this white car, there's fewer and fewer parked cars along here then, and over the brand new speed bumps. They very kindly put more speed bumps along this road for us. I don't know whether they're needed, but there you go. Let me just follow in this road along here now. Now this section of this road is a 30-mile-an-hour road, so we just need to keep it nice and steady. But we know that later, as you get out into the countryside, it becomes 60. Just following the road around here now. It's quite a long road. One thing you'll notice about driving tests from all these videos, here we are, that's when pulling in on the left, is that they're going to do an angled start now. I'm going to get quite close to this Citroen here. Do an angled start. What you'll notice, about these tests are there's not very much of being on side roads and going left, right, left, right, left, right, left, like that. There's not much of that. In fact, there's hardly any of that. Normally, driving tests these days are more like you would normally drive as you were going from A to B. So they stay a lot on these kind of main roads, these main trunk roads. I'll get my words out in a bit. So they stay a lot on this sort of road. And if you think about this test so far, it's been almost exclusively on roads like this. There'll be, roundabouts popping up where you might go straight ahead, normally do, but then every now and again it'll be a left or a right. And, it's where the traffic is flowing and where there's lots of cars. So you're in the traffic and you have to then kind of work your way through. So if you're spending loads and loads of your time on side roads, on your driving lessons, then maybe it's time to move on to the kind of bigger roads like this. We can see now that it says national speed limit, and you can see that Nizrul has made a bit more progress here, and he's going quite quickly but he's coming down the hill into this bend here. I think this bend's quite dangerous, but then we can see there are traffic lights ahead and they're on red. So he's going to try and time his approach to these lights. You can see already he's slowed down, and he's slowed down even more. He's not stopped yet. There you go. Oh, he just stopped there. Just didn't quite make it. But it's good. So it's good to time it, isn't it? Because, you know, very often you won't need to stop. That's not a fault, by the way. That's just good forward planning. And you must do that all the time, mustn't you, forward plan when you drive in. Still in the kind of 60 mile an hour zone, and he's still making decent progress. He's had to slow right down, remember, but now he's picking the speed up. We're going to get to the end of this road and turn right. And again, it doesn't look much like the end of a road, but it is. It's before the low bridge. You'll see some give way signs and lines, and this is where we're going to turn right here. So again, he's crept up, and he's looking now. You know, obviously we can't go because the road is so busy. When this black van moves around, that might suggest that there's a space on your right, but actually not at the moment, because there you go. Is that the white van come through as well, and there you go. And there was the space on his right. Okay, so now we're on a 50 road. This is Nuneaton Road. I've had people say, right, well, that's not Nuneaton Road, Sean, that's Danpanton Road. Right, okay, so at some point along this road, it's either Nuneaton Road or Danpanton. Okay, it doesn't really matter. Danpanton, what am I on about? Manchester, I'm in the wrong place completely. Manchester Road or Nuneaton Road. It's one of those two, but there it is. It's the one that leads you back in towards Nuneaton, climbing up the very, very steep hill. So this is a hill that goes on and on and on for quite a long time. And just as I was suggesting just a few moments ago, there's a lot of roads like this on the test, isn't there? This is a quicker road. He'll be expected, and he is being expected to move a lot quicker, which he absolutely is doing. So again, very, very good. And it's not a continual climb. It goes up in steeper in parts, past the crown. I don't know whether that's a quarry, but past there. And you can see the spray as well, can't you, from the cars from this storm Claudia? Is it Claudia or Claudio? Do you know, I can't remember. It's one of those two. And this is kind of like the steepest part of this road anyway. So we're coming up to the top. And it feels like, oh, I'm at the top now. But no. There's still another little bit to climb just as you get around this bend. So we need to keep that gas up, keep it going, keep the car moving forward. Here's our kind of hidden little, little incline as we go up to the top here. And now we're just about reaching the top, just about where this truck is. That's it. So we're just about reaching the top here now. And we'll start to come down the other side. And at some point here where these houses start, it changes back from 50 back to a 30 zone. And just as it does that, the road surface on this way coming back into Nuneaton is absolutely appalling. It's pothole after pothole after pothole. So you might see the video shake a bit or rattle a bit, but that's why. There you go. There was one. There's another one. And yep, something needs to be done about the state of the roads in this country. I'm sure it's very, very low on everybody's kind of radar, but I don't know. I've probably ranted on about that in previous videos as well. As we come back into Nuneaton though now, we're going to come to the end of this road and he's going to be turning left. And the way this junction is kind of designed, it is a bit like a Y junction. So he's going to be braking. He's going to be almost turned away from where he needs to look. So again, looking over his shoulder. He's looked quite early on there. See, it's all clear. And away we go down this Tuttle Hill then now. These lights are very often on green. But there you go. And today's no exception. And as we're coming down here, one thing to know about this road is that you'll see on your right hand side Domino's Pizza, and on your left there'll be a speed camera. So he does know that, he knows that, and I think everyone does know that as well. But I have seen it catch a few people out. There's your Domino's Pizza, and there's on your left hand side there is a speed camera, and I know it works because I've seen it flash people before. And so ahead of us there are some traffic lights, and we'll be turning right at those lights in a few seconds. But here again there's a junction just before the lights. So again, be careful not to put your indicator on too early. You want to be indicating about now and then moving over onto the right hand side there so that you can make the right turn. Lights are on red at the moment, but that's not a problem, is it? As long as we stop in time. Ooh, we just went over the line. Stopped just before. So we're kind of in the cycle bit now. And examiner did mention this on the debrief. Okay, we're just going to be moving forward. But you're not really allowed to stop in the cycle bit. So again, I think I think the examiner there has kind of thought, well, weather, decent drive anyway. So she's not put that's definitely a fault, by the way, but she hasn't put it down as a major fault because we know he's passed. But that's not to say that won't be put down as a major fault on tests, because I think it does depend on the kind of situation that you're in at the time and other factors, other mitigating factors. So don't stop in the cycle bit is the thing. All right, so we're going to turn right here. That takes us in towards into Arrow Road, and this is quite a steep hill coming down here now, isn't it? And there's a kind of roundabout right at the bottom of the road there. Obviously we weren't going quick enough for that guy, but the roundabout at the bottom here. So again we're going to need to brake. Again we're going to need to get back down to second gear, and again we're going to creep up and make sure it's clear before we move in, which is definitely done. And we're going to turn right at this roundabout. Now as you come around here, you're coming into a 20 zone. You can see the sign there. It's a 20 zone, and it's going to be 20 mile an hour zone for the rest of this test. So all the roads from this point going forward until we get to the test centre are 20 mile an hour roads. On this road though, there are 3 very, very horrible speed bumps, and good job we're doing 20 because they're absolute car killers. This one here, already we're coming up to this one. It kind of is got a bit broken down before you actually get to it. So it's like a pothole just as you enter it. So that's one of 3. And this is number 2 coming up now, just as we get past these parked cars, vans. And you can see the state of the road there as well, can't you? So that doesn't help with the kind of progress. And then there's another one, and then there's a very narrow bridge. And I often say to people, as you come over this third one, try and position the car now so you can see as much down this bridge as possible, because it's not wide enough for 2 cars and you may need to wait. And actually here we are, Nizrul's having to wait, but he can now see the space, as can the jogger, and he's going to move forward. But actually there's a blue van that's decided to come through as well. That's okay. That's all right. People can get their groceries, can't they? And we're just going to be moving forward now. Just when the road clears, there you go. Someone's very kindly stopped and waited on the opposite side. So Nizrul's taken his cue and moved forward there. And when we get to the end of this road, we're going to be turning left. So we come up to, there's a speed bump here that you need to go up. And then you come to the end of the road. Important here to stick into the left as much as possible. Follow the curb around because of that white car parked on the opposite side, which will make everybody oncoming to be in the middle of the road. But nobody there today, and we're going to follow this road down here now. Okay, so he's having to pull in on the left again. And then again, the examiner's now saying, okay, drive on when you're ready. And that's what they're going to do. So he's just waiting for a space again. He's got himself ready. He'll be in first gear. He's got his indicator going. And then he's going to move off. He's going to check over his shoulder, obviously. And then he's going to move off. Quite close to the end of the test, isn't it, this? Where he's being asked to do that. So that's a bit tricky, isn't it, really? You might think, oh, yeah, I'm just around the corner from the test centre now. I'm there, it's all over. But then suddenly, oh, pull in and park on the left. So be aware that that can happen and does often happen. We're going to be turning left into this next road. That's going to take us back into Vernon's Lane. And that means that Nizrul has passed his driving test. Congratulations, matey, you really deserve it. And I hope to see you on the road, and I know that you'll give me a wave. If you found this video interesting, then,